Hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 256. This is Rajyasree.
And this is Abhinandan and Sekhri. We bring you this awful and awesome where we shall be. There's a makhi in the studio, bloody hell. How did makhi get
Because it's India. Don't be like Akshay Kumar, that you expect it to be like Canada. It's India only.
I don't know where Akshay Kumar comes in. Although we are going to be talking about Akshay Kumar and Prithviraj, the film. Although none of us have watched it, but the controversy around it.
I watched it in the hall.
Okay, so Raj will talk about it. Also the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. Queen Lizzie Jubilee performances, which you've written.
I have not. You've written this.
But I didn't even add this to the list. Why will I write this?
Who is Queen Lizzie?
I have no clue.
You have no clue only. She's our queen.
Oh, Queen Elizabeth. I wrote this right. Queen Lizzie. That's right. Lizzie.
Lizzie, don't be easy.
Panila Lizzie. And there is a show called Gaslit and a film called Jungle Cry.
Correct.
But there is a big controversy which we can start with, Rajyasree Sen.
Which is, yes, on that Dio ad, which we did not know that this Dio existed first of all. At least I did not know it existed. It is the layer shot. The Dio's name is Shot.
Shot.
I don't understand why, but anyway, the makers of this ad decided that what could be better than having an ad which sort of mocks gang raping someone, but not once. They did a series of ads. They said, this is such a winner of an idea. We must do a series of ads about this.
So I seriously want to do a report, and maybe News Laundry can, to interview the various filters through which this passed. So a creative director said, what an idea. And no one said, maybe not. The director said, okay, let's go with it. The product head, because there was...
Said also fine.
Ad agencies, there's, whatever, the servicing, client servicing, and then there's a creative. That person said good. And the person in the product side also. So can you imagine the caliber of everybody across the spectrum?
So
No, not spectrum. Spectrum is like this, across the hierarchy.
If the spectrum is tilted, it can be like that also.
Then it's a vertical spectrum.
It's clearly not a vertical.
Then if you verticalate spectrum, then the M becomes omega, sigma, whatever.
We have no listeners left now. Suddenly we have no listeners.
Not listeners, we also have watchers, viewers right now.
Viewers have definitely logged off. Also, why are people writing on this thing on YouTube? Rajyasree can be the Navika Kumar of this thing. I read that comment and I didn't get upset.
So why are you wagging your finger?
Because I think you wrote it. You are the kind. I looked at that thing to see, is it a real user or not?
I mean, forget writing comments. I don't even read comments.
News Laundry. I stopped reading comments when I used to write for First Post.
But you read this one. You contradict yourself within 2 sentences.
No, but this, because I have eyes, no? So it registered. It was one of the first comments, but I felt it was unnecessary.
Were you hurt?
I could have been, is my point.
I heard Navika was hurt.
Navika will be hurt if a truck falls on it.
Don't we have the thing that
Where's the
flies?
fan? If you all subscribe to News Laundry, we can buy one of those. Not fan, that.
Yeah, if you subscribe to News Laundry, we can
buy those electric rackets.
Yeah.
Or we can buy a person who can run around just killing the flies. No, it's a royal kind of, because keeping with the Queen Elizabeth theme. Otherwise, I don't believe in buying people.
Were you on the creative team who came up with the short ad?
Who came up with Rajasthan Royals, RRR's this thing.
What?
The storyline is that, that this evil British governors...
Don't move. Wait.
No, you'll hit me, are you mad? Yeah, an evil British governor's wife is driving through India and she looks out and she sees a young girl who's a tattoo artist and she says, "Mujhe wo chahiye," and she just picks up the girl and she takes her to England. And the girl's parents are really, I'm not making this up, this is the real storyline of RRR. And the girl's mother is really upset and all that. And then they send someone to England to get this girl back, but there's a cop also who has been, the British government has put this cop in charge to kill this person, the assassinator. And then
जन्नत के था गुजारिया रात वे मेरा
during the during
Are we
my-
reviewing this film or what?
I'm
कहानी खत्म ही नहीं हो रही
I'm just saying this is RRR is a very big
चार
hit.
चक्कर लगा रहे सारी कहानी पर.
But it's a very big hit, so I thought I should tell you about it. That's why I said that we should buy someone. So I'm telling you where I got the train of thought from.
Thank you.
It was a very slow train.
very
But,
slow train. So
but
saw
still.
RRR.
No, I read a review. Why would I see?
Dear
I'm
God.
mad.
So
When I watch
basically,
it.
there's this ad which there are 4 guys who are in this store, and there's this girl shopping, and at the back says, "Ye ek aur hum char." Shot laga. We won't play that ad because it is of such poor quality. And the girl looks worried because 4 guys who look like that. So she turns around and then she sees they're referring to this one can of shot because there's only one can left.
Huh.
So A, does this Dio only send sell that you buy it and one puss? Because even if there are 4 of them and there's one shot, you can still how is it there's so little कि एक बंदा लगाए खत्म हो
Maybe
जाएगा
it's so strong,
कि
na?
इतनी बदबू है उन बंदों में कि भाई the whole can will finish. So one can be shared if you are in boarding. Not only can one can be shared, one soap can be shared, even the roll-on sticks are shared. So I don't know what is wrong with these 4 guys.
No, but they don't look very washed. So they look like a little thuggy.
So I'm not in favor of any bans, shans, etc. But I'm not going to shed any tears that this has been asked to go off air.
Also, in a country like India with the kind of rapes and sexual crimes that happen, why would you think from any angle that it's funny? It's like we would not crack a joke about flies in India because this is commonplace. Are you stroking the wall for some
I
reason?
almost tore this thing up when I was falling. So then we will do an announcement or two. One is that we have 2 Sena projects. So please do contribute to those because we shall be very grateful. And we need funds. Also because there are a few cases coming up with News Laundry. Which you shall hear about soon. But that's fine. That is what we are here for, to take it in the jaw and move on. But that is because we depend on people like you to subscribe. So if you guys keep cutting down your subscription, neither can we grow, neither can we have a reporter in every state, which is what we want to do. And more importantly, not more importantly, as importantly, we have decided to do a live recording of Awful and Awesome.
Yes, we have.
So we are figuring out the dates.
In Delhi.
In Delhi, yes, in Delhi. And we need to figure out the venue based on how many of you confirm that you will attend. So this will also have a live, there'll be live recording and then a signing of a book by Rajyasree Sen. If those of you who are on
If
social
we were
media,
more well prepared, we would have kept the book also.
That's correct.
The
But
book,
see, but we have graphics. This book is going to,
This
she has
one.
written, this one. She has written it.
Yeah.
She's written this book and we will do a live signing. So 20 books or 15, I don't know, we'll figure that out.
See.
So those of you who come with a non-subscriber who comes and subscribes gets the book free with a personalized signed note from Rajyasree Sen at the location. So do write in to us at subscription@newslaundry.com to confirm that you will attend and if you will be getting someone, a non-subscriber. So then, because if 50 of you confirm, we'll identify a place that can seat 50. If 100 of you confirm, then we need to get a bigger place because you don't want anyone coming and then there being no place. So if you could just write in to us at subscription@newslaundry.com and let us know. Tentatively, we will probably be doing this while we're recording this the 8th of June.
The first week of July.
We are looking to do this on the first week of July. I think probably the 1st of July. So you have about 2 weeks to write in and let us know if you would like to attend. This is in Delhi. It'll be in Lutyens, Delhi because she's
In
so
Lutyens. In Lutyens, Delhi.
Somewhere near Khan Market, we'll probably do it. So keep it right.
Somewhere
And
near.
the
So
book
we
is
could be
called
outside.
Biryani Banane Ke 102 Vyanjan.
The second book.
That's the second book. This one is more intellectually type.
Called The Sweet Kitchen.
Sweet Kitchen. It's a history of sweet. I'm diabetic.
I tested it out on him.
Yeah. She wants me to die.
Ah, so sad.
So those are announcements. And yeah, guys, please subscribe, man. We really need our subscriber base to grow. Come on, our subscribers. Aren't you torturing your family members and aren't you holding a knife to their throat and saying subscribe or I slit your throat? I'm joking. Don't do that.
Don't do that. What a thing. Just saying.
But convince them in more gentle ways. Like
And your friends.
sulk, like kick them in the shins or something. So Rajyasree Sen, why don't you first tell us about the first recommendation? First of all the recommendations this week were yours.
But that's not my fault. You have not recommended. What can I do? There are 2 people here.
I recommended you to wait.
You could have added. Why did you not add?
Anyway, so one
You've
of your
just written
recommendations
things with incorrect. Amber Heard, H-E-R-D. That's not her surname.
H-E-R-D? Heard.
H-E-A-R-D, yes.
Oh, I was having herd mentality.
Then performances. So
Performances. That was a
that's why
typo.
even Heard is also then a typo. So what would you like to discuss? Which of these 2 did you watch, Abhinandan? Did
So
you watch
I watched
either?
both Gaslit
Don't lie.
and Jungle Cry.
Whole.
I've watched 4 episodes. I'm going to watch all of them in one shot, yeah.
There's 7 episodes.
Good. I mean,
There's
anyway.
one more. Anyway, what is anyway?
So,
Don't we-
Gaslit is a series. It's on Apple TV.
It's on Lionsgate Play.
But that's Apple only. You have to.
Okay.
So Lionsgate is part of Apple. It's directed by Matt Ross and starring Julia Roberts, Sean Penn, and many other people. Why don't you go first, Rajyasree Sen?
So it's based on this. Everything is based on a podcast nowadays. It's based on the first season of the podcast Slow Burn by Leon Nefak, and the show is about Watergate. Basically, in 1970s, Henry Kissinger. No, what am I saying? Nixon. Because I think Henry Kissinger is involved in everything wrong in the world. That also I do feel.
Well,
which
he
is
does
not,
feature.
prominently in everything. But Nixon basically sent people in, which is quite ludicrous when you think of it, into the Democratic Party offices to spy on what they were planning on doing because he was going to run for office again. But the entire operation was planned so poorly. Like anyone I know, at least, I think could have at least planned it better. And the guard at the office realized that someone had broken into the office purely because they had put a tape on the door, and this became a big thing because it was such a stupid thing to do because he was walking by and the tape was on the door.
Although I did read somewhere that the guard got suspicious because he saw flashlights in there. But whatever the reason, it was the guard who said there's something happening up there.
And anyway, it was busted and these people ran away and no one was caught.
No,
They were caught
Did
then
you watch
itself.
it?
Yeah. No.
No. Pakri gai.
No. But it's about how basically
Papi,
Watergate...
कातिल पकड़ा गया. तू भाग सकता
Did you-
है लेकिन कानून
See,
के
just
हाथ
because you haven't watched the whole thing.
Dude, you haven't watched it?
Keep quiet.
How do you know they were,
And
you didn't even know
then-
they were caught? You haven't even watched the first, second episode, whatever.
First, second episode. Which episode?
Tell me how many people get arrested, how many
7.
run away? 7 got arrested.
It could be 9. Why would I count? That's not the point of the show, show. But basically, his attorney general, John Mitchell, who's played by Sean Penn and is so fabulous.
Amazing. Just
And he's
this is
in
the thing.
this.
This means mind
This you've
blown.
learned all this.
I learned
That's what I'm noticing. Okay, John Mitchell, its wife Martha Mitchell, was quite outspoken. She was known as a bit of a lush, and she used to make a lot of. She also used to go through his papers and in the evening call up the press and give them scoops. So she was a bit of a loose cannon, but she testified against Nixon in the Watergate investigation. And Nixon on David Letterman show had said that if it wasn't for Martha Mitchell, Watergate would have never come true.
So so that's the series.
And Julia Roberts plays Martha
Mitchell.
Mitchell. Again, just fabulous.
So there was an earlier film which I think we've reviewed on the Watergate break-in. It's like a feature film which we've watched and reviewed. Just
Which?
check what it is. I'll just give my inputs.
Deep input.
Because I'll give the critical this thing. She's just given the general. My notes are here.
How?
So
Tell
the
us.
number one point is that ladies like Gaurav Sawant.
Yes.
Wasn't
so,
he?
Gaurav Sawant wouldn't have the balls to do half of what that Libby does.
No, I think he would. The thing
That
is
he's so focused, you
so
think?
Liddy basically is this. See, the characters are. I mean, to a certain extent, the treatment has been pushed into the farcical zone. Like,
But he was
maybe
supposed
he was,
to be
but
quite
it's
mad.
no. But even that other guy, the protagonist, not
John Dean.
John Dean. even he's a bit over the top.
Okay, okay.
So there's a bit over the topness to many of these characters. And he's like, he like puts his hand on the candle and says, "We shall make Nixon win." And basically he's one of those that we will, white supremacy will prevail.
And he believes in the cause.
Like, okay, affirmative, we are going there. Like, if you read this particular tweet of Gaurav Sawant, I'll just tell you, you'll see what I'm talking about. Julia Roberts, an outstanding actor, as is the guy who's played her husband.
Sean Penn.
Casting and production values are A1.
A1, this is your note. Okay, then.
That's the notes I ended.
They finished after that.
What shit notes I made? I think I made them somewhere else.
Are you sure?
They weren't so stupid. This sounds like you made these notes.
These are very bad notes. But Julia Roberts is the producer of the film of the show, and she's the one who recommended Sean Penn. And she said the other producers and the director said, but Sean Penn doesn't really look like... And when you watch the show, you realize that John Mitchell looks a lot like Winston Churchill. He's overweight and jowly and all. And it's just amazing the kind of prosthetic work they've done on Sean Penn. And to be able to emote with that kind of prosthetics. But once in a while, you get that jhalak of... Sean Penn, you realize like it's so clearly him. But the way, again, like I find this with a lot
Mark Felt, the man who brought down the White House. 2017, it was Liam Neeson, stars an FBI agent Mark Felt, who revealed in 2005 at the age of, I don't know, I've watched it, I don't know about you, but co-starring Diane Lane. So in that, I had some idea of, how this whole scandal kind of, what Mark felt and stuff like that. But in that, they didn't communicate that there were such buffoons, the guy who carried out the operation.
Yeah, so the way they carried out the operation is one thing that you marvel at how stupid you can be. Because we keep saying about our right-wingers that, why do they have such idiotic cheerleaders and all? But clearly people do these they aren't good at picking people too.
Yeah, so this Liddy guy, the main, so he, holds his hand that we shall fight for Nixon, we shall do this. Just like that other guy, I'll just tell you, who had Nixon tattooed on him. He was also very close to Trump. And he, in fact, went to prison also. I'll just tell you his name.
No, so the other thing that comes through, which I find with any American sort of travesty that happens in that country is that it doesn't matter who you are. The law really works, usually, other than for Jeffrey Epstein.
Roger Stone has Nixon on his back.
Freak show, absolutely.
So this is the tattoo Roger Stone has on his back. This one.
Don't show my book picture at that time.
No.
Imagine if he has Sweet Kitchen on his back.
Oh, wrong one they've put.
So, but Julia Roberts' character, so they intersperse it with some actual footage. You do get...
No.
Yeah, so once you watch a few more episodes.
But I watched 4 episodes.
There's 7 which are released.
So then they have done it in probably 1 episode.
Yeah, so not like of the...
They haven't interspersed any real footage so far.
No. So they show some of the news which is being shown. Is a proper news report being shown at that time. And the thing which is really interesting is, so it's called gaslit because gaslighting is when you make someone... think they are mad and they are out of their mind. So they basically, pretty much the administration and John Mitchell worked towards convincing people that Martha Mitchell was not in her senses. She was...
But what a horrible man she was married to.
Yeah, so he's also to do that, you saw when she was kept in that hotel room. So that was also proven. So the guy who plays her security guard, he finally testifies and he says that everything she's saying is correct. She was kept under lock and key in that hotel room so that she couldn't be this thing.
On her husband's instruction.
We were in fact told to manhandle her, do whatever is required to keep her in that room. So if that means you have to wallop the shit out of her, you wallop her. It doesn't matter. So he said everything she said is correct, which is why the testimony then finally...
So I don't care about spoilers. Do they remain married till the end?
In the series,
You
I
didn't
don't
watch
know,
it.
but in real life, no, last episode is going to be out on Monday.
Yes,
But
now.
in real life, they got divorced.
It's about time.
And,
I haven't,
yeah.
like, I don't know, I was surprised she was with him. So he's a horrible man. But again, ideology. So this is what I mean about when you're so ideologically committed to a kind of politics, it just makes you a complete. That's a
Yeah.
technical term. And
That's a very good term.
so no matter what your political ideology, it cannot become the person you are. And that people like Roger Stone, people like this, so
Yeah,
many
John
bhakts
Mishra.
who we see in our country. हम तो भक्त हैं, हम भूखे नंगे हो जाएंगे, हम सड़क पे सो जाएंगे, हम बैंकक्रप्ट हो जाएंगे, लेकिन भक्ति नहीं छोड़ेंगे. तो आपका थोड़ा
Even John Dean, who is the attorney, who was a White House counselor, he
Junior counsel.
testified. Yeah, he goes to jail. He goes
He's
for
also
3
off.
years.
And like he's also so weird, but it's very well characterized that how out of touch you are with what it takes to be charming to a woman. Like he's a
Yeah,
buffoon.
so John Dean was supposed to be played. He's played by Dan Stevens, who's in Downton Abbey, but he was supposed to be played by Arnie Hammer, who now does
MC
not.
Hammer's son.
Yeah, pretty much, because now he gets no roles because women came out saying that he indulges in cannibalism and like hardcore S&M. He got someone, he wanted to brand his name on one of his girlfriends. Not that he
What
did.
all do you read?
Everyone knows about this. Poor
Everyone
Army
knows. I don't
Hammer,
know.
you are not reading anything correct. Clearly, because you are getting Amber Heard's name wrong also. It's on that Times of India Master also tells us about Amber Heard. But so Army Hammer couldn't play as in had to step out, and this chap stepped in for it. But every character is so well portrayed, even though some seem a little mad, unless they were really mad, for all you know. But I've seen Martha Mitchell's interviews and
I also
pictures.
saw after that. I read
She
up about
looks
her.
quite over the
Yeah,
top.
she does look over the top.
Yeah.
And clearly she loved attention. She wanted the cameras to always be on her. So therefore she'd say stuff to get the attention. So, I mean, I do think, the truth is somewhere in between. I'm sure that she wasn't this wonderful person, easy to live with.
Yeah.
Matlab, if you've married a man who's Attorney General and तुम उसकी भद्द पीट रहे हो,
Every day.
फिर छोड़ दो भाई. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't jeopardize his career to such an extent. Leave him, he's a dick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just find many of these things. But anyway, the point is, it is a must watch. Production values are A1, as the notes say.
A1. Yeah.
A1.
A1.
Did you see the A1 cigarettes ad, Mithun Chakravarti? A1.
No.
In the 70s and
But we'll
80s.
play it.
See in YouTube, if you can find the A1 cigarette ad, just play it.
Yeah.
So I'll just check if it's there. So it used to play in school. It was the only ad that we had. Basically, in school,
A1.
Saturday, the films used to be, the boys only used to handle a projector. And on Friday, the film spools would come from Delhi, of whichever film was. And then the boys, there was an audiovisual squad, would load the spool, roll the film. So before that, just like a cinema hall feeling, they also used to roll the spool of an ad. And the
this is
only ad that we had in school was A1 cigarette. And
So
imagine,
they were showing cigarettes to your boys.
we were showing it to ourselves. So basically, I think
have
if
nothing
I
to
remember the
say.
ad, there are 4 men, must be in Kolkata only, who, kidnap a woman, put her in the car and start
So
running
it's
away.
like the short ad only.
And Mithun Chakravarti
Oh, this is a good. Huh?
puts on skates and starts chasing
Oh,
them.
I've seen this, but I didn't know it was a cigarette.
I think it was A1 cigarette.
It's not there on YouTube.
Oh, you've checked.
Yes.
So, on that note, Jude, producer, saying enough of the video. People have got, all they want of our looks. Rajyasree can do a few more poses before it becomes audio only. Then only our
So that
voice will
people
be-
can say she can be like Navika Kumar. Very bad. Whoever said this, I'll find you and I'll kill you. Why don't you kill the fly? There.
Where?
No, it's not. You're like our dogs. I just thought.
You're like a dog. Chala, kutta बुला रही है मुझे सबके सामने.
I just have to say Chuha and Chotu starts doing that. That's it is same. There's the fly. Oh, like that. It keeps them occupied
So
for
you can
5
tell
minutes.
us if you want to be a part of the live recording. Get some sada hua
Yes,
tomatoes for because it's a
No,
cooking.
people
it's
won't.
It's a
For
book about.
you, they will and you can't refer to your notes. What will you do there?
I'll refer to my notes.
You can't sit with your laptop.
Who made that rule?
It's the rule, mate.
You can't sit with the laptop.
You can't sit with it.
I'll be sitting with the laptop and
You'll have cue cards like this. Someone will hold it up.
I don't need cue cards. I can talk without thinking.
Without
That
thinking.
didn't sound
Vivek
right.
Agnihotri had said this only. He's talking without thinking. This is the
So,
problem.
so if you do want to attend, it's going to be tentatively on the 1st of July. Write to us at subscription@newslaundry.com. In the title, please write ANA Live. ANA Live. That's A for Abhinandan, N for New, and A for Abhinandan. Live. And mail subscription at News Laundry. If you will attend alone, or if you will attend with a person who will then be converted into a subscriber, in which case you'll get a book signed by this young lady here. On that note, let's go to the audio-only format. Adios. That's all for video. The subscription model is something that keeps News Laundry afloat, but we need hundreds of thousands of people to completely transform the news ecosystem. So you pay for news, so it serves you. So click on the link with this video, subscribe to News Laundry and pay to keep news free. और गर्व से कहो मेरे खर्च पर आज़ाद है खबरें.